Gotcha. All right. So welcome back. Been a couple weeks. Uh, Last time was just downtime, if I remember right. So everyone was just doing their downtime stuff. Got a bunch of jobs that y'all can do. Let's see what was it that you had on there. You had because I put everything in the leads and jobs, so it's updated to current stuff that y'all got. So you got Did Man Switch was a quest to kill a messenger named Sun Min. You got Banshee's quest, one for the Black Caps. That was them coercing the crew through it was old Jay to go and kill an Inquisitor and steal his evidence. Of course, one to kill a vampire and one to steal a body for Yuna's friend, her ghost friend, Nirix. But that was where we left off. You guys were just in downtime. You had finished your downtime actions. We were just in the free play.
I know a lot of them didn't have like times to finish. But I feel like for mine with being Black Caps, I thought mine and somebody else's were two like that had to be finished right away.
Yeah, the Sunman one, the Demand Switch, has a time limit of 2 days. The messages that are being delivered in 2 days, and those are the messages that need to be retrieved.
Bro, I feel like a straight goofball. You said leads and jobs. I'm sitting here looking at like the journal entries, like, what the hell is he talking about? It's on the main page. Oh man.
It's also in the web view, I think. If I didn't put it there, just let me know. The web viewer on the left-hand like menu side. But yeah, and the other one with a like time limit was the one that you were talking about, Kyle. The one that was from the Black Caps was I think two weeks. I think was the time limit on that one. I'd have to go back and rewatch the session. I do forget. But
you set this up like a freaking video game thing.
It'd be easier to.
It reminds me of Baldur's Gate, like the parts we completed and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Figured it's good for record keeping and make it easier to know what y'all got on the docket. And so then some other things that were going down were Red got in contact with Stills, asked for a meeting, which I think is I think he said that for the end of the week. And then of course Yuki got his atonement target from the Umbral Sovereign. It was to kill a target that is in the that is protected by the Whispering Syndicate.
Yeah, that one's not happening.
Yeah, that one. I think y'all have a project, or at least you started, in terms of investigating where he could be, all that, but that's gonna require actual downtime actions. So you'll holding that for next time, I think.
Correct.
To actually do the project time for that. But the city is open. You guys have your options open. What are you doing?
The dead man switched on that one in 2 days. Should we deliver important letters for those? That one seems the most like time crunchy right now.
Agreed. I don't know if we actually know this, but is it like within our skill purview? Like, are we gonna get mollywopped if we try and take this on? Do we know that? I figured that's what you were gonna say, Dee, but I had to ask the question.
It says current intel. None. I'm messing with you, Maggie.
I read that and was like, but I need to ask because like my own characters thing got us mollywopped pretty good because we didn't ask the right questions. So
The risks of being a scoundrel in the city. Sometimes you run into shit you just can't handle.
I'm learning, like William, when the fire is hot, we don't touch it, and then we ask questions about it the next time. Like, is this one hot? Like, should I not touch it?
You tell me, man.
I mean, you can certainly gather info, both now or even during the score as a flashback, or
I would personally like to gather info now.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had my ninja bro.
Oh yeah, ninja bro not here.
My ninja bro's not here. Hurts my soul. Cause I want to. Oh, I can't have both of these open. That's kind of weird.
What's that?
It won't let me have my questions up at the same time as the leads and jobs. So Sunmin. Okay, so I want to know some information about Sunmin. Is that how their name is pronounced?
I'm pronouncing it.
Sunmin? Okay. Just making sure.
Okay. Yeah. What does Yuki want to know about Sunmin?
I would like to know, how can I get to them?
How can you?
Or actually, how can I find Sunmin first? Because I don't know anything about them. So I guess like the best thing for that actually would be, who is Sunmin first?
Yeah, no, that's a totally fair question. So
and I would like to roleplay a little bit and go to Stills, and because we know a little bit about it. We know a little bit about the Diamond Hogs and the Zhao clan are dealing with this particular person named Sun Min. So I guess the best thing I would probably request from Stills is like, can you find enough information about these Diamond Hogs and the Zhao clan and see chatter on the intranet, the interweb, and figure out like who this Sunmin is, and then let's find them, because they're obviously gonna have chatter about them. Well, not obviously, but I'm hoping they do. So does that seem like an appropriate like course of action?
How loud do you want to do this, mate?
I don't want it like too loud because I don't want Sun Min to get spooked. But I if you can use some subtleties and some back doors as best as you can, just so we can get an image. If we can get an image, maybe we can potentially ask Yuna to try and use some magical means to see if we can find him. I know you got the skills, Stills.
I got the skills. It's just a matter of how loud do you want to be? How obvious do you want it to be? Are we looking for a direct picture, a JPEG, GIF, MP4?
if you can get me a GIF or a still, you know, something off one of the spider cams, that'd be the best thing. And if
you want
get
audio, no audio.
I don't care about audio. I just want to see their face. And then if you can, particularly when you find that picture, see if you can isolate where they were.
That was my next. You want next to kin, brothers, sisters, cousins.
That'd be nice too, because then we can probably poke and prod for those people in real life. IRL. I'm learning.
Oh, you're picking up, mate.
You know, I listen to you go on and gab with Gunny, so it's fun.
All right, I guess I've got a task. I'll get right to it.
Does this girl have to be careful? Didn't he get in trouble last time he was on the web?
Yeah, he'll be fine. You know.
Only if we're dealing with somebody in Kitagawa. That's the rub.
Whatever information you can find, but honestly, Little J, how about me and you go and talk to? Want to go talk to the Diamond Hogs? Get a little information.
Let's do it.
Let's freaking do it, man. Hey, Gunny, watch out for Yuna. You too, Banshee. Have a wonderful day. And then we leave.
We skipping out the door too?
Yeah, man. Cross arms. Let's go, buddy.
Okay. Yuna, are you gonna be doing anything at the moment?
I don't know if she would, because I don't think there was any like explicit like, hey, this is exactly what we would like you to be doing and what we're going after. She just heard her name. Watch out for Yuna. Peeks her head out of her room. Retreats back inside. It's fine.
Yeah.
See if I bring anything back that I can like magic with some info on.
Gotcha.
Can we start by going to the abandoned dock warehouse where they usually are? Or would there be like other notable places that we would know where they'd like to, you know, meander about?
Would you know that that's where their normal HQ is? And I know it's
their
HQ. Yeah, that's their headquarters. I don't know that would be
Canal Docks.
I'm just trying to think if there would be because that's like their turf. But there may be like a place where they just kind of normally hang out that would be more accessible to like just the average person.
What would be like the closest tavern to the docks?
Yeah, I think that would be a more understandable place if you were trying to go and make contact. Like walking, I mean, you certainly can just like be like, can we figure out where their HQ is and just walk in there? You can do that. But yeah, I think
that's too bold and too strong at the moment.
Kicking the door, waving the 4-4.
Yeah, like I don't want to do that. I'm trying to come as friends because like the Diamond Hogs and the Zhao clan are obviously allies. We're on like the canal anyway, so if they have a docks near it, so that we would know about or at least heard about, you know, that's probably the best place to go to.
I will say it is not obvious that they are allies in the open.
Oh, sorry, I was reading the thing.
Yeah. So like that, like it's transparent in the doc or in the guide, but that's like just like sort of like open information, right? In terms of like coming into the game, if you wanted to have like this information for like your character will be involved in this, blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
But in fiction, like that's not known.
Okay. Yeah, I got Diamond Hogs. Regardless, I would still like me and Little J to go to the Diamond Hogs.
We have to give the information to one or the other group.
That's correct. Yeah, either to the Diamond Hogs or the Zhao.
It's giving me literal Borderlands vibes. Either I get a sniper or I get a shotgun.
Borderlands 4.
So yeah, you go to like one of their, you know, they probably got several bars that they hang out at dockside, and you head there. It's, you know, it's again, it's one of those bars that it is mostly Diamond Hogs there. And hold on, I'll pull up the thing here. Do this.
Let's turn into a Roadhouse moment. Let's go.
Roadhouse. Jackknife.
So yeah, y'all are on the waterfront, and they got like several bars that they're hanging out in. They've got their, you know, they've kind of got like their biker jacket style deals on. Big Ugly Pig is their symbol. So they make it pretty clear who they are, all their affiliations, and so they're kind of, you know, hanging out drinking. There are some folks that aren't part of the gang that are there. So you walk in, it isn't totally crazy. You definitely get some looks, but at the moment, no one's really too bothered about you being in their bar. So what do you do?
I was kind of scared walking in here for a minute. Thought I was gonna get thrown out right away.
So you should. Ex Black Cap. Any notable I guess like ranking features on like their jackets?
That you would need to have like a fortune roll for.
Let's freaking go, bro.
So yeah, what action would you use for that fortune roll?
To be honest, it would either be like study or survey, but I have nothing in it. But that's basically what I would be doing.
Okay.
You know, it's like artistic wise, I'd be looking at their jackets, seeing like the one patch, and then seeing if there's like any other distinct markings, and then not only that, seeing who's getting the most respect, kind of thing as well.
Okay. No, I think that's fair. You could also, if you want, to use, if you think there's something else, if you want to use one of your higher ones, you would just need to tell me like how that would have helped you gain that information, because it doesn't necessarily have to be right now. Maybe you gained this information earlier at some other point.
I guess the best thing I could think of is like Yuki's obviously using his prowl,
Mhm.
you know, skulking about and then listening to the conversations before making it more noticeable that he's coming in with like little J. You know, hearing the lingo and stuff like that, and hearing who's running back and forth to who, kind of thing.
Make it easier real quick. Would I know any of that information from my past with the Black Caps?
Would you?
Oh,
That's a good question.
Hot dog.
That's a good question.
Look at that, little Jimmy's.
You know what? Awesome. I would say yeah. I think you know that. I think you know that pretty.
In fairness, if I do, in fairness, I think when I walk in, I should get quite a few glares then.
You know what? Fair enough.
Just because if I know them, they had to have known me.
That's a fair point. Yeah, because you were an active Black Cap in Zhuyang.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so then
you walk into a biker bar with a cop, bro.
You know what? It irritates me that Kyle's bringing it up to make it harder for us.
You know what? It's a good point.
It is cop. It shouldn't be super simple.
He made a very fair point.
All right, give him a hero point. So,
you know, I do want to do something like that, but I don't know how to implement it yet. I do want to be like one extra dice for whatever roll, you know.
He gets his little fortune.
Yeah, you just get like an extra die for a roll when you need it. Yeah, we can just say hero point. Fuck it. Get a hero point. You get an extra die whenever you want to use it. You know, one time, obviously.
Sweet.
You can't stick to Ninja Bro, so you just take anybody, huh?
I'm saying, man, I had to put you on.
I
could have hired a contact, a spy, and go look for you.
I needed a gunner.
Well, I'm here.
So Lil J, you're very familiar with kind of the ranking system of of the Diamond Hogs, and you see that there are several big time dudes here. Hold on, let me pull up my shit again because I had the names and then closed it. Oops. Yeah. So you see there are actually two pretty big names here. You've got one guy that you would have definitely known about, Lil J, from your time as a Black Cap. Masahiko is just this absolute jack dude. He's their like main enforcer. He's their toughest fighter. He is not one to be fucked around with. And then there's actually the second of the crew of the Diamond Hogs, a guy named Taeyun. And he's actually, you can see that he's actually like, he's got a cane and his leg's like half of his left leg is just completely gone. He's actually got like a prosthetic. It's a very obvious prosthetic. But he's no less dangerous looking. And you see most of the and you know that most of the crew respects him a whole hell of a lot.
Is he giving off mad good aura?
Say that again.
I said, is he giving off that aura like I'm the shit?
Oh yeah,
even cripple.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he definitely has that like go ahead and try kind of levels of aura coming off of him. So they're in this bar. You guys kind of come up, and I mean, I'll give you the choice here. Since now we do have it that Lil J's character having that information does make him susceptible to some kind of confrontation. So do you guys walk in, or how do you approach this?
Little J, I might need you to stay outside if I'm gonna give you a signal.
There, you're like, just stay outside.
No.
I know what to do. I know what to do. I don't want to get in there.
I don't think you do.
Yes, I do. As soon as I get there, go straight to the bar, buy two shots, and give them to the higher up gentleman. I've talked to them in the past. We've had some good times, bad times. I've gotten a fight with the bigger one a few times. Got my shit rocked a few times from him.
Is Tai Young in giving that Yakuza look or that boss
100.
triad? Okay, yeah. All right, cool beans.
They both are, in all fairness. But Masahiko just looks like a goon. I hate that the internet's ruined that word. He's just.
I get what you're saying. Look. Yeah.
Taeyun looks like he's locked in.
All right, so
I think I would know, like with past experience too. Like walking into this bar, like I don't want confrontation. I'd have to show some sort of peace. Like if it's bowing down right in front of everybody and then just buying the two a shot and then sit and talk with them.
And that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So there's gonna be and so like talking to Little J, we have to be humble at this moment, and I mean humble. So we have to prostrate ourselves in a certain accord, and then obviously, of course, give the specific drinks. So you gonna spend some bread.
I got 3 coin.
Good, because it's gotta sound genuine. We're here for information, and we're humbly requesting it.
Real quick, what information are we wanting from them? Like,
we need to know who Sun Min is, That's it. If they can provide a picture, if they can provide specific whereabouts to aid stills, that's what we need.
Tell them about the little.
They're the ones asking for the requests.
I know, but like, do they know that? Like, how did we get that information again? I thought we didn't just receive 2 random letters, did we?
No, it was requested by ramen chef man. I'm sorry, I forgot his name.
I did too, but we'll pretend like we know the name for when we come and talk to Tai Young.
He's the one that was the fixer for this particular job, so he just passed the job.
That way we know, like, to say like, hey, this is who sent us. Also, like, I'm not just barging in here.
Correct. Let's make up a name real quick.
No, I got the crew's new notes open. Hold on. Where was it? Down here. Shin. Kakuni Shin was his name.
Oh, because it's Shin Ramen. How could we forget?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, this is going to be an action roll for sure. But yeah, just walk me through it. So you guys walk in, and then you walk in. I assume pretty confidently. You just kind of walk in, stroll up to the bar. You don't even really give these guys even a chance to stop you at the door. What do? You just stroll in up to the bar?
Yep.
Okay.
I think as soon as we walk into, I think we catch eye contact with the 2 higher ups.
So they're right now. They're actually like locked into a conversation at the bar. So they haven't noticed you. But you walk in, you just kind of breeze past the sort of bouncer. They're not really bouncing. They're just kind of the goon kind of hanging out at the entrance. And he kind of looks up. He gets ready to stand up, and then he sees where you're going. And he recognizes you, Lil J. And then he kind of just leans back and kind of just wants to watch the show, effectively. The other folks, the other members in the bar, as you're walking by, all kind of look up. Some know you, Lil J, some don't. Not everybody was around when you're a black cat, but they know you're outsiders, obviously, because you don't got the jacket on. And so you get up to the counter. What do you do? Do you how do you order these drinks?
Let's say where are we at the bar, and where are they at the bar? Like, are we standing right? Are we going to go stand right next to them?
I'm pretty sure they're not at the bar.
No, they are. They're at the bar. They're just talking. They're talking with it's Masahiko and Taiyun and a couple other guys are there just kind of chatting, shooting the shit.
I think we would just sit on the other side of the bar, get the bartender's attention, order the shots that we know we need to order for them.
So you're going to the full other side of the bar, like opposite of them first?
Yeah.
Or are you going to?
No, we'll go opposite of the bar of them. Talk to the barkeep. Ask him for the, I guess, like not the most expensive, or maybe the most expensive sake, or not celebration kind of drink, but more like a respect kind of drink.
Like a smooth type one, yeah.
Something smooth, just to get them going, and kind of like pull off one of the side guys and be like, we have a request for Taiyun. If he can speak to us here, pass this along, and that's with the wine, and see his response.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be an action roll to see how that goes. So what are you using to kind of make this the sort of smoothie action go down smoothly?
All I can think of is me finessing, but that's a physical thing. It would honestly have to be sway. It makes the most sense. Like
Fair.
sway or consort, which I have nothing in.
Sway. I only have a tune.
Lil J, you can assist.
Thinker.
Can I make an argument for my attune to kind of give it that scent of not of peace. It's more like a that's tough how I want to do this.
I don't know. I like where your head is going.
You get where I'm
Yeah, you're trying to basically like trying to charm.
It's a charm on the bottle to get
You're
to
saying
their
you're
attention.
attuned? What if you like attune to the vibe in the bar itself?
And that's what I want. Like I want to
You're
attune like that
feeling-
vibe of that, exactly that feeling of like, hey man, you're the GOAT.
Right, like
I
you
respect
are clearly
you.
the boss in this particular space. This
Right.
is not me just kissing up, but more like
Don't kiss up too
acknowledging
much. You don't know anything about them. I told you all this information about them.
No, I get it, but he's still the
that-
GOAT. Like
we're just acknowledging that you are the leaders and the most respected members of this particular establishment at this moment.
I think that like if you're not going to use any magic, like that still would.
it's gonna be magic.
If you're using magic, then yeah, I think this is spot on. I think
I'm using magic. That's the whole. So yeah,
You
like
pull that vibe from everybody in the bar.
yeah, like I
think
feel
that's
like
cool.
To that action.
yeah, I like that idea. Thanks, Maggie. That's what's up.
That's a great idea.
Una gave you that tip. Flashback.
Flashback. Yuna's all like, "Hey, pull from the vibes, bro."
Exactly.
Yeah, so
That would be immaculate. Trust me.
Lil J, you can assist with this, of course. Give an extra die if you want to.
I think I should right away. Just make sure we get the right vibe right away we need.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, that's just that'll cost you a stress. Yeah, Shadow, tell me what is this pulling the vibes in to the drink look like?
I swear to you, it literally looks like Naruto's Rasengan. Like it's like I don't want to pull everybody's emotions like hardcore. I just want like little strands of the pieces of that, the moment of their happiness in this moment, and the respect that like a lot of these guys, and a little bit of that fear that a lot of these guys have for this dude, to know how serious this is, to where it's all like, yeah man, I fear you, we're in your home territory, da 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 da, like, you know, we want your respect in this moment, just so I can ask you a simple question, that's it, and you honor me for even doing it, kind of scenario.
Sure. Yeah, this is so this one is definitely an action roll. So there can be
100%.
so there can be consequences here. And I think
Devil's bargain, I pulled too much fear and it could affect the people around me.
You completely throw off the vibe in there.
I completely throw off the
They
vibe.
are no longer immaculate.
I mean, I think that one's just like a potential consequence.
For sure.
I think that's just a potential consequence for sure. Yeah. Well, let's see. So let's lay out exactly what you're trying to get done here, just so I'm clear on what you're wanting to have happen. So
Pull specific vibes, show respect, get an audience.
So you are trying to get an audience with Taiyun by infusing the drink with good vibes.
Yeah.
And hoping that will get you guys a meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. So the potential consequence, of course, is that they don't meet. Right? They say no.
For sure.
The on a disastrous roll, they very violently say no. Is the like real bad one, but that's of course on a failure. A partial success. Well, yeah. Let me go through this. A success is they meet with you. A partial success, they'll
Someone meets with me. It's just not them.
yeah they'll talk with they'll hear you out, but the information they give may not be useful or helpful.
Copy.
And the failure, of course, is that they don't help, and could potentially be violent depending on just how the fiction goes, I guess.
For sure.
And so this is
still, regardless, still risky.
yeah, I think this one is standard risky.
Okay.
Or risky standard, sorry.
Regardless of the outcome, like whenever they take the thing and they look over to see us, like I want me and Little J in that moment to be like full bow.
Yeah,
You know?
like so I'll actually even play that. So you guys order the drink, right? And the bartender, he's another hog, but he seems pretty chill about it. He's like, okay, man, takes your drink, says good luck,
Appreciate
and walks over to Taiyun, sets it down. Taiyun kind of looks at it, looks over at y'all. Go ahead and roll. Boom, baby. Ooh. So he looks at y'all, looks at Lil J specifically for a second, then grabs a drink, downs it, nods to the bartender. Bartender comes back over, says, "How you gonna meet you?" Says he'll talk to you for a couple minutes.
Arigato. Walk over.
And so you see Taiyun kind of tell the other like hangers on to kind of clear out, and it's just him and Masahiko, and Taiyun is just kind of leaning against the bar. He's just kind of chilling. Masahiko, he's eyeing you all up, and he's kind of doing he's doing the goon stance. He just looks like yeah, what do you guys say when you come up to him?
I still do another bow. I appreciate you for seeing us.
Is it a 20-degree bow? A 40-degree bow?
Bro, I'm breaking.
Are you doing full 90?
Full 90, bro. I'm breaking. I'm all the way down. And again, I appreciate you both for seeing us. I've heard many amazing things about the both of you.
Much appreciated. You offered due respect. I can't be too mad about that. Even coming from former Black Cap there, Officer Gordon. Good to see you.
Like you said, former.
Yes, he's done some good things with our crew.
I've heard.
He's an excellent shot.
Your crew's been making the headlines lately, doing some big shit out there.
If it's heard, if your ears have heard of us, we are doing something good.
So, what can I help you gentlemen with today?
We have a mutual friend, I hope, in Kakuni Shin.
Mm-hmm.
A particular job came from him asking to help the Diamond Dogs find a person named Sun Min.
Of course.
We were hoping you knew the whereabouts of this person, or at least had a good description of them to help with our search. We want to do this job exceptionally well for you, and we thought coming to you would be the best. Coming to you would be the best way to gather the information needed.
Understand. Enterprising enough. We should have let Shin know. That's on us. All fairness.
No. We like to do the legwork. Thank you.
So, Sun Min, she's let's see. It's kind of hard to pick her out in the crowd, to be honest with you. She usually keeps herself real covered up, but she got light hair, usually wearing a jacket, fingers, gloves. She don't really stay around the same spots all too often. She's a messenger. Delivers everywhere from Juyang to Kitagawa to Meto district. She goes everywhere. So tracking her down can be a little difficult. However, the route that she'll be on in a couple days' time, the one that we set for the bounty,
Mhm.
she should be in Zhejiang. However, it's all I can tell you is that she's gonna be in Zhejiang. Maybe on the east side, but to be honest, she switches her routes up a lot. Believe me, we've been tracking her as much as we can. She switches it up as often as she can. The best way to get a hold of her, or at least the best way to catch her, I would suspect, is getting her at the start of her route. And it's usually in one of several spots. Now, she again could switch it up on us. She's done it before. We staked out those spots before, and she will usually start there. Sometimes she doesn't. So it's a roll the dice as to whether or not you catch her. And so he kind of outlines several spots. He kind of just writes them down, just several spots where she could be, like several streets,
Right.
where she'll like start her route. He says, now, thing to look out for. She's a tough one, you know. She may not go down so easy, just to let you know, you know. But y'all look nice and tough. I think you can handle it. But he gives you also like kind of the general description that he, as best as he can, that kind of outlines her. But he's like you said, she changes her fit, keeps herself covered up. She's a hard chick to pin down, man. But that's why we got the bounty out there.
No, for sure. There's a reason why you got it out there too. Must have stepped on way too many toes.
Something like that.
Nah, I'm not gonna pry. You pay me for a job, I'm gonna do it.
Appreciate your discretion.
Oh, of course. I don't even know who's here right now. Hopefully that makes him laugh. But
No, yeah, he definitely laughs.
nice. You know anything personal about her, like friends, family?
She's a damn
Places she
vault,
like-
man.
Oh, really? Okay.
Damn vault. Tried to figure out everything we could about her. Locked up tight. Can't learn anything.
Okay. No, man.
Maybe y'all will have better luck than we do. If you want to try and learn anything about her, you got a day, I guess.
That's true, and you're paying us to do it. So let me get the job done. Your time was precious, and I appreciate it. Again, breaking that 90 bow. Enjoy.
Of course. Hey, he says, hey, another drink. The bartender comes over, sets him down, says, come on, drink to good business.
Good business.
Even you there, Officer Gordon.
Ex-officer.
Sounds it. Good luck, gentlemen. Hopefully we get good news.
You will. And then do that 2-step backwards and then turn and walk out.
Gotcha.
Real quick, little Jay, do you have the sigil?
The sigil.
The communication device?
To the internet.
Oh yeah, the sigil, the familia.
The familiar. You did change the name.
We can call it. We can say it's interchangeable. Who cares?
Are you tech savvy like that?
I think probably being a part of the Black Caps, it was a requirement.
You know what? Yeah, fair enough.
I think we discussed this already. I think at one point we discussed this, and I do have one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you were a Black Cap, at least fairly recently, you would have been a requirement for sure.
Go ahead.
I would say it at this point, you know, we can make some assumptions that you would have maybe got an aftermarket one after the fact, so it's not connected to.
Yeah, because I think we discussed like the Black Caps took, you know, the one that belonged to them out, and so I was left with nothing, and then I just got one off the black market.
Right. That's fine. So yeah, he is connected to the Eighth and Net.
Nice. You think you can get in contact with Stills real quick? Give him the information that we have. See if you can send a pic of like the areas that Sun Min would be hanging out in.
I think honestly, while we were like in there and they were drawing them for us, I think I was already ahead of you just doing it.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
So
like
just
if I
send
know
off,
I had that and I know Stills is already on the computer still, I'm just sending him stuff right away.
Okay. Sick.
Nice.
Yeah. So Stills, as they are doing their thing in the bar, you are kind of getting these images, very crude drawings of a lady, and kind of very basic descriptions as best as Taiyun was able to kind of give in certain street locations that she would start off her routes in. So you kind of got like a good at least base of information to work with.
Can we go back real quick to end that conversation, or if you can just answer it like her last route. Where was she at on her last route and when? If they have that information.
Would they have had that information? I'll do a fortune roll for this one.
Okay. Because if we can get that, then that could help Stills pinpoint, kind of like build so on and so forth based off of it.
Sure. I'm just gonna roll 2d6. Okay, so 5. So they have part of the route. They didn't catch where she started, but they found where she ended.
That's good.
And where she ended was, let's say, it was in Taijiang actually, and it ended like in northeastern or northwestern Taijiang.
Nice. So yeah, we'll give Stills that information, and then same concept. Magically, I'm gonna talk to Yuna. It'd be like, Yuna, can you talk to some of the shades and see if they've particularly seen this type of woman on this day, this time, da. We're gonna hit this at both points.
Okay. So let's start with Stills. Stills, you've gotten a good amount of info. You can. How are you going to go about using this? What are you going to do with it?
All right. So I know basically what her route is. So the way I'm going to attack it through the blogosphere, I'm going to be on Craigslist, misconnections type deal. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm looking for the cute little messenger girl that delivers packages. She dresses this way, and her routes frequently look like this. Has anybody seen her? Can you message me and let me know what's going on?
Gotcha. So this is one of several routes. So this is just going to be a fortune roll. There's no real risk involved in you doing this. So what action is Stills using to kind of toss this out there onto Craigslist and get and fish for info?
Gotta be called Ching Ching list or Xing Xing.
Yeah, it can't be Craig.
Yeah, Ching list.
Somebody else's list.
Plague's list. I guess I want to do a study, maybe.
Okay.
Because I'm probably going to be getting a few different messages, I'm assuming, from different people. And I got to make the insight okay, this is probably the most reliable source.
Reasonable. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, this is just standard controlled because you're not in a risky position. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It is risky, but there's technically no risk involved. So we'll say that there's
someone could be eyeing you if you fail, basically.
Yeah, no, because then that's still an action roll. So yeah, it's just control standard. Because this isn't actually an action roll; it's a fortune.
Rough.
Okay, so you get limited information and no and no follow-up questions. Or limited or incomplete. So you get basically just a lot of trolls respond.
You desperate son of a gun.
Yeah, there's folks just fucking around, and you get like close to a nugget of information, but you don't know how useful. Like it's a spot on her route that someone was being a little earnest, was like, oh, I saw someone that looked like this on this street like last week, so it's arguably useful, but it's maybe not even, it's a little bit more information than you had, but you don't know how helpful it is at this moment.
All right, I guess I gotta get a little deeper into it. So I log into Unicorn Master, and
so the failure on because of this is you can't get any follow-up information.
Oh, okay.
As far as that, that's the failure for getting the limited. So that's like basically that just ends the opportunity. So that's as far as you were able to get with your searching. So Maggie went to go get dinner. So we can tap into whatever she is gonna do as a flashback if needed. But you guys tell me, are you ready to jump into it?
I would. So we know essentially, because you basically told us where she's gonna be.
Yeah, you've got several routes that she could be starting at,
and we have a day.
And a day.
Is it like the day that we're on plus another, and then that following, or is it just today because she's doing it tomorrow?
Yeah, I would say it's like just today, I guess.
Okay.
You have like a full day, and then it's game on.
Okay.
I will say, you know what? To give a little more info for Stills, I think he would have gotten that where she was on that route was fairly early morning. It was like early to mid morning, like around 9-10 o'clock was where she was on that particular route. Once again, you don't know if that's where she's going to be, but you know that she's at least out and about at about that time.
Okay. Is there a possibility, like maybe like I'm gonna use like Dre, Banshee, and Gunny, but like we all hit up these different routes, as many as we can, just to walk them, see what like obstacles that we could potentially be dealing with, seeing like different routes could be potentially taken, and then
I think that would be part of the score. I think that would be the detail for your score.
Oh, okay.
That's what that sounds like to me.
Okay,
that sounds
cool.
That's what you'd be doing for as a detail. So you
for
would.
Sure.
So let's actually look at that. What do you think that would fall under? Assault, deception, stealth, occult, or social or transport?
That's tough. I want to call it an assault because we're being proactive and like hitting these different spots.
I think you could argue that for sure.
And maybe potential vantage points to basically do this. Does anybody else got any thoughts on it?
I was gonna say it'd probably be under transports for following her routes, basically. Like just cut off all exits, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we all can't be in the same place because we don't know exactly where she's gonna be, but at least if we know the route, we know which way she can go.
For sure.
Fair.
Oh, and I kind of want Gunny to make this would probably be like a flashback, like Gunny to make an alarm snare, or to to where, well, no, because then that wouldn't make sense. We would need something for her magically. Poop. Not transport's fine. It makes sense.
Yeah, you are trying to find a route in fairness, but it still is within. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You're trying to block certain routes.
Do any of the routes converge, or do all of these converge within each other at a certain point, or do they stay in separate areas?
I don't know. I don't think they would have had that much info. I think the most they would have given you is where they started, and it seems like they started in pretty disparate areas.
Right.
But as to where they end, or were they the crisscross or not, I think you can make fair assumptions that a couple of them do, but without like a full like route map, it would be kind of impossible to tell.
I got you. Is it within the same area? Like, is it always in? Can you pull back up the main page again?
Oh, sorry. I'll put
You're fine.
play y'all back there.
Because you said it's mostly from Juyong to Kitagawa.
Yeah. So Kitagawa, Juyong, and the Maito Trade District is where she usually is. That's where her usual routes take her.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
For real. Okay.
But I mean, if we basically have a map of the route she takes, like the destinations, we can pretty much assume she's going to take the most direct route, because most people would, you know what I mean? So,
especially if she's timed.
Yeah, I think the best thing for us to do would be like to spread the wealth. Like, all right, you're going to be at this point looking out for her. You're going to be at this point looking out for her. We need to set up some kind of comm system so we can map out a grid, figure out when and where she's going to be there. We already know, like, early day, mid-afternoon is the time to strike. So if we have 6 different people in 6 different places, we have a better chance of finding her than she has of finding us.
There. Oh,
and then whoever catches her can rally everybody back together and say, all right, this is the point where she's at. I got a tail. And then that person has to follow her without being seen, and then we take her out.
For sure.
So Maggie, it's up to you if you wanted to do the gather info. Sorry to interrupt dinner. If you want to do the gather info that Yuki asked you to do now, or did you want to do it as part of the score as like a flashback?
Flashbacks cause stress sometimes.
Trying to think just how I don't have any brilliant ideas on how I would like ask, except maybe like ghosts. Not. I mean,
you've got a ghost friend that you can ask.
Yeah, but I haven't got him a body yet. I don't know how he feels about me right now.
I mean, he seems to have a body.
I mean, he seemed pretty. I mean, can't hurt to ask.
That's fair.
He didn't give a timeline or anything.
Maybe I'll ask my buddy, Mr. Ghost Guy. What was his name? Nirix?
Mm-hmm.
Nirix, yes. Because, yeah, I don't have any, like, magical ideas to tap into this lady.
Okay.
Yeah, my idea was to talk to ghosts, see if they saw this woman. And because, like, we gave descriptions and, like, specifically where she has been and where she's ended up. So if they could get that description and then like those areas, see if they remember anybody and if they could like pinpoint her.
So you kind of stroll to Nirix's usual haunts, do what you got to do to kind of get his attention, and kind of takes him a minute. He pops out after a little while and says, "Miss Yuna, how can I help you this fine day?"
Always a pleasure, Nirix.
Of course.
I was hoping that I could fly you for some information.
Well, I would certainly love to be of help if I could. Please tell me, what is it you need?
So, my associates have been trying to find a messenger about town. And she would just, blah, 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 here's all the information, here's her normal spots, here's where she goes. Is this someone that you recognize?
I see so many mortals throughout the day. It is a bit difficult to remember.
We do all sort of look alike.
It is a bit difficult. However, I will make a proposal, Miss Yuna. If you could promise, I suppose, to expedite that body retrieval, I would certainly I would certainly have no issues going and stalking these areas for your quarry. How does that sound?
How expedited are we talking, my friend?
Yes, that is the question, isn't it? I would say by the end of the month, I would need that body, my good friend.
How far away is the end of the month, Mr. DM?
That's a great question. Let's say an actual month is what I meant to say.
Beautiful.
4 weeks.
I believe that would be quite doable, my friend, especially if you see fit to help us in this time of need.
Of course. So I will go and dally to go and find your quarry. Not to worry, I presume I shall be able to find someone matching this description, poor as it is.
I would not have asked anybody else. You are the most talented in this respect, my good friend.
Oh, but you are a saint, Miss Yuna. I bid you farewell. And he just kind of fades away. And so that will get you some extra dice for the engagement roll, as he is just helping you out and giving you information.
Fantastic.
So for the score, yeah. So it sounds like you guys are going to do a transport with the detail of it being kind of blocking the routes that you are aware of, and kind of setting up comms to how I guess we can figure that out during the score as well, honestly, how that was set up. But yeah, if you guys are ready, we can jump into the engagement roll.
Let's do it. Comms just set up magically. Not everybody has familiar. I'm in your mind.
All right. So, engagement roll. We are starting off with a base of 1, of course, for Scoundrel's Luck. Major advantage. Is the operation particularly bold or daring? It's pretty bold to try to stake out several routes in a giant city in hopes that you catch a needle in a haystack effectively. Plan's detail exposes a vulnerability of the target or hits them where they're weakest. I don't think so. I think she's kind of covered her bases pretty well. Friends or contacts provide aid or insight. I would say twice with Nirix, and then Tayun kind of became a contact here. Gave you guys some good info. Target is a lower tier. They are. Any district modifiers? At least Zhu Yang is your home turf. So
I know I have trouble in Kitagawa, so I'm not going to be there.
So operation is overly complex or contingent on many factors. Yeah, kind of.
Yep.
Big time.
That one kind of boned us.
Target is strong against this approach, or have particular defenses or preparations, pretty much specifically against this kind of thing. Enemies or rivals are interfering in the operation. That they are. Target is a higher tier, no. District modifiers, nothing else. So we got 3 dice.
Crack, bro.
So we would want a 5 or higher, is what you're telling me?
So yeah, so just so you remember, 1 to 3, you start in a desperate position. 4 to 5, you start in a risky. Good, you start in a controlled position when the action starts.
D, in any time that we needed a 6 from you, man, I need it now.
Anytime.
It'd be
All
nice because your rolls on these have not been good.
I think it's been great. Man. I don't know what you're talking about.
They're great for him, man.
They're great for him.
All right, here we go.
Son of a biscuit. Do double fours give us a higher roll?
They do not, sir.
They'll automatically give us an 8. We're good.
Do we get a reroll?
Didn't somebody have a hero point or something?
Can we throw another
Don't
one?
have that hero point.
No, sir.
All right, well, it's risky. It's normal.
Oh, it's
Part of being a
normal.
scoundrels, y'all.
Yeah,
the
tell
dark
us
side.
what this risk is, bro.
Alrighty, so let me put y'all on the streets.
On the streets in the early morning.
Streets in the early morn. So hold on. A transition. So yeah, so you guys have set up in sort of several areas, kind of, let's just say like going out of Zhuyang, right? Like you kind of blocked some of the roads going out of Zhuyang. You're some pretty major crossroads that she can be spotted. And you're able to kind of narrow it down because of Nirix. Like he was able to actually like find who she was. He was able to kind of like log onto like her aura or whatever. And he let you guys know like the day of, like or not the day of, but like kind of the day before, like I saw her over here, she went down to this way, and blah 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 blah. And so you set up in kind of the tightest formation you could do. And so how are you guys split up? So let's say like there's 3 different routes, right? That were possible. How are you guys split up?
I'm not in Kugawa.
Split up specifically, we're gonna assume on this like street end that we know where she is.
So there are 3 different ones, 3 different like separate streets. So
Okay.
you guys are separated by several blocks at least. So like, yeah, what teams I guess are on like each of these 3 streets?
Oop. It sucks because two people are gonna have to be by themselves. Not to be a dick, but I feel as though Stills and Yuna need to be in a team together. And then like Little J is by himself, and then I'm by myself on separate streets.
Okay.
I feel as though like Little J would probably be like Overwatch kind of thing. I'll probably be doing the same thing.
Be overwatching with my snipe.
Yeah, and then honestly, if Yuna, you had your ghost buddy like within the streets, like providing you information that Stills can act upon, kind of scenario, that would be kind of dope.
I mean, I don't know if Nirix is going to hang out. I think he's given us what he's going to give us.
Oh, it doesn't have to be Nirix.
Be another
Yeah.
ghost buddy.
It could be another ghost.
Ghost buddy.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to
Party
summon.
of
You could do a flashback and see if you're able to summon a ghost buddy. Now that is summoning a ghost buddy in the middle of the street.
Right, I was like, I don't know, guys. We've tried summoning ghost buddies in the middle of the, I tried opening the ghost field in the middle of the street with mixed results.
It's whatever you want. And
Early morning, the streets aren't that busy, right?
they're fairly crowded, folks. You know, this is as you can see, this is kind of like old. It's a lot of old architecture. Like you see most of the people. Like it's a weird mix, right? Like a lot of the older people are dressed very conservatively. You know, they got their little rickshaws moving through the streets. It's fairly densely crowded. like the younger people are dressed, pretty contemporarily. They got the modern fit. Looks a little, it's all very anachronistic. There's like a lot of mixing, clashing styles happening here on these particular streets, because this is kind of like meeting up close to the MTD. So you've got these kind of like clashing architectures happening next to each other, and clashing clothing styles and whatnot. Ooh, excuse me.
And I'm sorry if we talked this through while I stepped away, but is the plan to like literally just snatch this lady?
Yes.
Whoever sees her?
We're gonna tail her until we get to a certain point, like a choke point or something that we can take her without being noticed.
Okay. So you are set up in these positions, and Yuna and Stills, you see a person matching the description that you were given, and like I think Nerix would have even like kind of given you like a thought like picture of her, so you would have been able to pretty much immediately clock her. Let me go ahead and add her here so you can see. So she is hooded up, glassed up, and she's moving.
Is
she like parkour, like running through the streets? Like
she's very gracefully moving through the crowd, almost as if she's like swimming with it. Like she's not stopped or hampered by it in any way. She's very adept at moving through the crowd. You can see she's very practiced with it, and she's moving in very quickly. So she is on your street right now, Yuna and Stills, and Lil J and Shadow. You guys, are you perched up high? Are you on the street level? Where are you guys at?
Up high.
Okay, so you are up high, and you guys see, especially you, Shadow. You see two figures moving. You don't necessarily like. You haven't obviously know. You don't know yet that Sunmin is on the street that she's at. But there are two figures trying to make subtle movements, and they wouldn't be noticed by most people, but you see them because you recognize ninja movements. They are bouncing to the roofs to that street at the moment.
Oh boy!
So, what do you guys do?
I'd like to do a flashback where like after I got a little bit of information I got from the misconnections. Mm-hmm. I wanted to like organize a group of like flower delivery people on like each one of the streets to like deliver flowers to Sunmin. So like basically slow her down enough. They're like, oh, take these flowers. They're delivery for you. Like they kind of like corner her and there's like flowers, like three different like groups of people trying to give her these flowers. So even though she's adept at moving a crowd, she can't move completely around a bunch of people surrounding her.
Okay.
Then, like, once I see her, I'm like, all right, I got her. She's on this street, and I want to activate like my flower bandits to like try to slow her down.
Okay. So yeah, that'll cost 2 stress. That's pretty elaborate to get that. To be able to have them get someone very specifically running down the street at a certain amount of time, at a certain point in time. So that'll cost 2 stress.
I'll take it.
And I will do a fortune roll to see if they are if they're able to slow her down. Basically, if they're able to, or like how much they're able to slow her down, because it does stall her for a second, maybe enough again for someone to take action, but she would be, depending on how good the roll goes, is how hard they're able to stall her. So we're gonna do 2d6. That a 6?
That's
It was a
6.
Now he rolls that 6.
That's a 6, big dog.
And a 5.
And so yeah, what happens is a lot of people took that bait. It wasn't like the flash mob. It wasn't just a couple people. It was a lot of companies were like, hey, paycheck's a paycheck. So you had about, it was a decent crowd. It was about 20 dudes, or just like 20 messengers out. And as soon as like, she's booking through the streets, she's just kind of moving. And then like as soon as they spot her, they kind of like, it's almost like a swarm. They all just kind of come out of nowhere at once.
It's like a gang of dudes with like a bunch of lilies and posies and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky. You gotta, it'd be very, very unsettling. And they all kind of come out and they're like, package for some men, package for some men, package for you. And she's obviously caught off guard for a second. She's like, wow, what the fuck?
And then I get on palms like the bird's flown the coop.
Yeah, so as that happens, yeah, you guys get that message, or at least Lil J would get that message, I assume.
Wouldn't it be hens in the house?
Like I assume Lil J would get that message through the Ethernet, and then I assume Yuna would just pass it along to Yuki.
Is it in the direction of the two ninjas that I see?
The way that she's moving, or the crowd?
Yeah, no. The two stalkers that I got up top, are they moving into that direction where Yuna and them are?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah. As soon as they tell you that you got the signal, you clock on that they are moving towards that street.
Can I gauge who, like, I guess like movement technique, like can I gauge like what clan they're from?
Yeah, I mean I think you can even spot them from this distance. I'd say they're about, let's say like 2 blocks away. They're several rooftops away, but you can at least spot details. And so these are the two that you see as they're moving, and you can clock them as at least one of them as Nekori. You would assume the one with the cat ears is Nekori, and that the one moving with her is probably another Nekori ninja.
You and Neko cats. Neko.
If you say it a little too quick, you might get yourself in trouble.
Oh. You Nekori ninja. Yeah, man, I'm about to break. Coming behind him, and literally tell the squad, we got 2 ninjas on them, and tell them who it is, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna try and get them away from you guys so you can handle business.
Okay, so you're trying to interrupt them.
Yep.
And stop their pursuit. Yeah, what do you do?
If I can get at least behind them to where I want to bind them, because I don't want to kill them at the moment. That's
sure.
Right now is the bind. Stay in the. Right? We need Sun Min, so y'all need to get the body. You and
is this a dead or alive thing, or
this is dead?
Dead, and you have to retrieve her messages specifically.
Oh.
Can y'all handle it? Like this is on the on the magic.
I've got it stopped. I did my end.
He said, "I've done my part. It's up to you now."
Not me. Not you.
All right. So you are attempting to get behind them and bind them up with shadows. To get both of them would definitely be a superhuman feat. So you would have to use that.
The devil's footsteps.
Devil's footstep. So I think that would require pushing yourself in order to do that. But what action are you using to do that?
To get behind them quietly is gonna be a prowl.
Oh, okay, so you're wanting to get behind them quietly first. I thought you were just kind of going after them and then zooping them up.
It's because like I don't want them to know that I'm there. So the ninja tactic is to move as fast and as quiet as possible, and then once I'm there and I'm in a good position, bind them up.
Okay,
And then
fair enough.
into the shadows.
So yeah, that's 2 rolls for sure. So yeah, to kind of get behind them stealthily. What are you rolling?
That's gonna be prowl. With the devil's footsteps to try and get there as fast as possible.
Well, I will say, it's up to you. You wouldn't need to push yourself for that one or use devil's footsteps for that if you don't need to.
Let me see what this is.
'Cause
Yeah,
I
because
think
I actually want to use that against them when I bind them.
right.
I got you for sure.
So prowling against them. These guys are tier 2.
I'm
so that
above my weight class.
oh wait, no, I'm sorry. No, that's not right. My bad. I was looking at another one. No, these guys are they're tier 1. These guys are tier 1. So it will so this will start at this will start at limited, and it's risky. So risky for limited effects starting at.
Okay. I want to so while doing this, I do want to I do want to use my light climbing gear to help with the movement.
And I need to look at items again because I think fine items are what give you. Yeah, a fine item is what gives you extra position and effect.
And I thought
that
you just had the item.
No, it's yeah, no, fine is what will increase effect or be leveraged for devil's bargains. Yeah, quality is just based on your tier at the moment.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, the fine shadow cloak would have given me that. Okay.
I think it. I think you would use an item for, again, just. I don't know. I mean, I think I can argue like if it's doing something to give you extra effect. I don't know. I assume that's how I can roll it. That's how.
Yeah, because like the concept is just that it assists in the climb since we're on the rooftops and moving up like parkour. Like, you know how like the ninjas have the what are they called? I think they're like called Nekomata's things, the grips.
Oh yeah, like the grip, the claw grip.
Yeah, and stuff like that to help with the movements and things of that nature.
Sure. I would say at tier 0, let's do this. At tier 0, using an item will give you, let's say, an extra die.
Okay.
For whatever roll you're about to do. But then if you have the fine quality, then it changes effect.
No, I got you. Yeah, I like that. Cool beans. So risky, limited. So limited, what I get just close enough, or like they're still at a distance away.
So limited, you'll be able to close in on one of them. The other is going to be too quick. They're going to be bouncing away a lot faster than you're able to kind of be able to keep up stealthily, at least.
I got you. Okay. I'll adjust from here, but yeah, so 1 extra dice. Here we go. Rough.
Achi-machi. Ooh,
It's bound to happen.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say here is the consequence here is just losing the opportunity.
Okay.
like so they're able to kind of pull away before you're able to kind of close in and get those shadows on them.
Copy.
But the crew knows that they're closing in, and kind of what happens there. I'll say, Lil J, you were gone when it was popping off. So these two ninja are closing in on Sun Min. It's pretty clear at this point, at least going by. You see, or at least I assume, Shadow would have let you know that he's closing in on them. And you see these two. He kind of like points you to the direction. It may take you a second to kind of like gauge where they're at, but these two figures are bouncing along the rooftops towards your quarry. You see, you can kind of pop out of the shadows at some point. I would say. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah.
After they kind of like get away from the pursuit, what do you do, Lil J?
Honestly, I wanted to shoot him.
Okay, you're taking aim at
Don't worry about them. We're supposed to be taking out Sun Min.
Hey, but they're trying to take out our bounty. We want our
You
bounty.
take her out first. It's our bounty.
Yeah, and they,
there.
I would go for her too if I.
Focus on the job.
So I'll
3-year-old.
So I will say from the vantage point that you're currently at, because you were, you guys were set on different vantage points, set and looking over different streets. You would have to get over to a vantage point where Sun Min is at. She is currently delayed, so it would take an action roll to kind of get over to there, without like dropping down to the street or I don't want to say not necessarily, because being noticed right now is not a huge concern. A lot of people see you already, but people on the rooftops is not totally crazy, especially in Zhujiang. But it's up to you.
That zip line.
Yeah, just don't fall again. We're pretty high up.
Yeah, I only fell because I jumped off.
Yeah, you got to jump from building to building.
Yeah, that's how
Right.
I'm building a building.
Right? Cats always land on their feet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not that cat that broke his leg.
Leave me alone.
You're right. We're a team.
Well, Lil J, what are you gonna do?
I guess I'm gonna have to jump a rooftop, just take an aim and try to at least shoot one of them.
Okay. Well, are you trying to shoot the ninja? Because you don't need to jump to shoot them. It's specifically to get to Sun Min that you would need to move roofs.
And we know exactly where Sun Min is, and that's who it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know the street that she's on, because she's currently being delayed by
That's
a
the
bunch
case.
of flower deliveries.
I would just actually like get down onto the street level, run over to that street, and then try to keep my distance from her, and then try to line up a shot.
Okay. Oh, and you know what? I always forget to do it. Loadouts. What were y'all's loadouts for this? Lil J, we'll just start with you since you're
Light.
currently light. Okay. So you're very inconspicuous. Stills.
Light.
Light. Yuki.
I'm normal.
Normal.
Always normal.
I'm normal, baby.
Just in case things get wild.
Yuna.
Like,
Okay. So jumping down onto the street, Lil J, are you rolling with a rifle or are you rolling with your pistols?
I think I'm gonna
I guess
go
we
ahead and roll.
I was gonna say, I guess we can
Rifle.
determine that when you actually get there, because you don't have to check it off until you want to.
Right.
But
Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep my distance, take some cover, whether it be behind a trash can or something, so nobody just sees some friggin' muscular tiger standing in the middle of the road with a rifle.
okay. So Yuna, you're kind of the last one that has a chance to kind of do anything here before Sun Min breaks from this crowd of flower delivery. Now, it's up. I think she would be a little obscured because of this crowd, but you would know where she's at because she's in the middle of it. So what do you want to do?
like, would I know where she's at enough that I could like poison her?
I don't know. Like, how would you poison her?
Flashback, you told one of the guys to
Yeah.
steal her piece of hair.
No, I
Give it to you.
I've always
Teleported to our
been
place.
always been there. We are thinking flashback,
Okay.
but having some sort of, and I recognize this would probably make it hard given your lovely picture and her with her hood up, but some sort of contact poison that if I could just like touch her while she's being distracted and held sort of in place, maybe we can at least start the process of elimination, if you will.
Okay.
What if it was on the flowers?
Yeah.
That's too much. I'm thinking like in my head, the way this is going through, not that that's a bad idea, but I think like if we have 20 dudes with flowers, like getting the right one to touch her is hard. But if we've got 20 dudes kind of blocking her off, and I can just walk by and be like, "Oh, excuse me," and like touch her skin somewhere.
You're in the way.
Yeah,
In the
sorry.
way, move,
I
bitch.
need to
I
not
love that you have
you.
so much love, but get out of my way.
Not that I'm jealous.
I'm not jealous.
Get out of here! These flowers are for me. No, not quite.
There you go. That'd be funny.
Okay. Yeah. So that would be.
I know that's
I
gonna
think-
be me stress.
Yeah. So that would be definitely 2 stress. I think that's pretty elaborate. So where did Yuna get this poison?
The black market.
Gunny made it.
Black market?
Okay.
Gunny made it. Yeah, that's
What?
fantastic.
Okay. We're gonna do a roll for this one.
That's fine.
Where she got it from the black market. This is gonna be a fortune roll to see if this poison is actually poisoner.
You got-
Boy, this is why
So-
you have stories.
So what would she have used to get this to get this this poison? Who would she have contacted?
Real talk, I think we would have talked to Honoka, because she's already sent me to kill people, so we know she's not like gonna be squeamish about
True.
ending people. And if Honoka had the hookup, we probably just would have gone there, because like I don't have a real reason not to trust her.
No, totally.
Good point.
But yeah, what action roll would you have used to kind of convince her to
To convince Honoka to give me the deets,
Mhm.
I would probably just have used consort.
Okay. And this is going to determine really. So
Get some poison.
no. So you spent the stress, so you got the poison. This is going to determine sort of the effectiveness of the poison, whether it's really good or did you get cheated, basically. And this is going to be
Never cheat us.
and this is a risky standard. This is just a risky standard. Okay. Interesting. All right. So this poison, it does work. But as far as I know, Yuna's not a like toxicologist or works with poisons a whole lot. So it is going to poison her as well.
Yeah, I
So she-
felt that coming. You asshole.
So she has the poison on. It's going to give. You can resist this, of course. It's going to start at level 2. Level 2 poison. If you resist, it'll go down to level 1. So it'll be like, instead of like it like actively killing you, you get like very sick. You basically are like throwing up, kind of sick. Makes you very nauseated and really fucks with you, but it's not going to kill you at either levels really. But each level is how sick you are basically at this moment.
I would try and resist.
Okay.
But I'm also just in my head picturing, because like we are always on, like we have these grand ideas of how stuff's gonna go down, and then stupid stuff happens. So it's like I'm gonna just wipe it on her face, and then somebody knocks it into me too, and it's like, God damn it! One of the flower boys knocks into me, and that's how I end up with it on my own like list.
Hey, real quick,
Uh,
my
Skills, get
3-year-old
your
that's ready to
people.
go to bed, so I gotta get off.
No
Uh,
problem, sir.
Boomer.
Hey, have a good night. Thanks for
Hey,
playing, man.
Hey, have a good week. See you all next week.
See ya.
But yeah, for that would be a prowess resistance, I think.
What I have none of, so
Good luck.
we'll do our best.
That's this whole night.
So
Hooray.
you take 3 stress,
You can do that.
and you are at just level 1 of
I can only imagine the level of stress. Like, oh shit, oh no, god.
Like, I just could see that being what happened. Like, God bless. I thought I did everything right. And this man with a flower knocked into me.
So yeah, you were able to procure this poison, walk through, bop it on. You're able to kind of bop it on a little bit onto Sun Min. She's pretty distracted with it, but is it effective? Let's see. We're gonna go with 2d6 here, fortune roll, and well, I'll say like with the partial success. Sorry, no, my bad. With the partial success, that's how effective the poison is, but you do still have to apply it. Actually, I'm sorry. So that's gonna be another action roll to actually apply that onto her. So you're kind of going up to the crowd, and then she is she's now starting to like push her way through it. And so you've got the chance there to actually like get her on some exposed skin. The few places that they are exposed. What is Yuna gonna do to do that?
Good night, CT.
I think I would try and actually use command and like have a little bit of like compulsion even as I get close and she's pushing through to like get her attention. So rude. Push her out of the way at that point, but like if I've got her attention, she's at least like looking at me and I can like aim straight for her because she's not going to be bobbing and weaving and whatever.
Yeah, what?
I will just try and play it off like, oh, I'm trying to get out of the way too. What is going on with all these people? But I would use that like command in my voice to kind of compel her to.
Totally. Like, what does Yuna yell at her? Like, what as she's pushing through? Like, she's just like, "Hey, you get the fuck out of the way!" Like, what does she say?
Yuna, being Yuna, would probably be like, "You peasants!" And like, just push through. Like,
Okay.
that just seems like something she would say. She's not very elegant, except with lyrics.
That's fair. Yeah, I would say this is gonna start at limited. It's a big crowd. She herself is already very wary of anyone now. She's trying to get through this. So this is risky, starting at limited.
And if I push myself, that's more stress.
Yes. If you're trying to.
The standard? I never remember which way this goes.
Yeah, there's 2 ways you can increase effect. You can push yourself, which costs the stress, or you can trade positions. So you're at risky right now. You could trade that for desperate, and that would take you to standard.
And what's the consequence of trading positions? Just that it becomes a desperate roll.
Right, and desperate will have bigger consequences. There's you're getting the greater effect for the chance of bigger consequences.
I'd rather just push myself and y'all get no more stress from me the rest of this run. Because it's 2 stress, right?
Yes.
Okay.
2 stress to push yourself, and that puts it to standard. You're at risky standard.
Okay.
And if anyone wants to, I was gonna say someone could aid, but the dice have been rolled.
Closer to me.
I was gonna say Stills is fairly close.
I'm still
I think.
in the same. Yeah, I'm still in the same street as you right now.
Oh well.
But you got a 5.
Partial success is good enough.
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
game.
you are able to like kind of catch her position. You're able to kind of catch her attention, and you kind of like try to smush her and move past. But she feels it, and she feels that there's something on you, and she grabs you at that point.
Uh-oh.
All right, Stills, now's your time to shine.
Damn it! I already shined.
So
do something.
So she actually grabs you and kind of does some judo shit, and flips you and kind of slams you down onto your back, excuse me. She said what does she do here?
Oh, she's obviously wasting time, which is what we want anyways. So good job.
She says, this is Sun Min right here.
Oh no.
And bolt.
That's great. Give me all your flowers.
How dare you, Dimitri?
So she starts
my own baton.
So she starts running, but then as she kind of like gets towards like the intersection, the Nekori jump down, and you just feel this wave of ice, just this blast of cold. Yuna and Stills, you're on that street. You just feel this blast of cold just race down the street. It kind of like starts freezing some of anything that it starts freezing the ground, the size of the buildings that aren't like, even the ones that are like heated up. You see the fires coming out of them. It even starts to freeze that fire at some points. You feel this cold kind of creeping up on your back, and it will, if you don't resist, it'll give level 2 ice burn. Will be a level 2 harm. Stills, you're on the.
Right, I was
Stills,
like, I'm just getting harmed because otherwise I'd trauma out. So.
Stills, you're on the street as well, and so like that cold is creeping onto you as well. So it'll be level 2 ice burn if you don't resist.
Oh boy. Please tell me this is a resolve for me.
I'm sorry, no. This is definitely this is prowess.
It's definitely a prowess. All right, here's looking at you, kid.
And resisting here will completely evade the effect. You won't have any. It won't reduce. It will just not happen to you. You'll get away from the ice. So yeah, you just suffer the 3 stress. You don't take the you don't take any of the frostbite.
Can't shake me because I stay cool.
Are you just eating the frostbite?
I'm just eating the frostbite.
I gotcha.
I don't press the dice to not trauma me out.
Fair enough. And so yeah, you see like Sun Min, like her leg gets caught. The ice kind of like completely catches her leg, and you see her like, ah, damn it. And the 2 Nekori they're closing in now, right on her. What do you guys do?
I vote we pause because we lost Lil J who could shoot at them.
That's a fair point. It's also closing in on 8.
That's legit. Because all I was gonna do is like once I got to the street, I was just gonna dive down and kill Sun Min.
Well, she's already poisoned,
and she's frozen, so it's all like she's easy games for Chemo or for Shadow. I was about to do my devil's footsteps and just take her out, and then be like, "Put us in the ghost field."
Y'all always want me to do that.
Right in the middle of the city too.
Last time doing that.
Y'all gonna get Yuna hunted by a bunch of witches.
My plan, I was gonna
roll away with her ice back.
I was gonna try to be real Rico Suave with it and run up to Sun Min and be like, "Oh, come with me if you want to live. These guys are trying to kill you. I'm not though."
Well, we got 2 actions,
and then hopefully the poison catches her before we get where we need to go.
Hell yeah. I'm excited to see what you guys do with this next week, man.
And that's if Little J doesn't shoot her in the head. So it's like,
Okay.
if Little J doesn't get her, Steels will try and, sway her. And then if that don't work, I'm coming in for the coup de grace just to cut her head off.
Yuna's probably like, y'all got this. Y'all got this.
She's like, I'm out.
Now.
She's just surrounded by a bunch of dudes with flowers.
Like, please, son, man, take these flowers, please.
That Judo flipped on her back and almost poisoned herself.
I poisoned myself. It's not so bad. Like, yeah, get your own selves out of here. I did too.
Oh boy,
That's funny.
I love
Good
it, man.
job.
That's good shit, y'all.
these missions always just go left. I love it.
I love Blaze, man.
That's blazing the dark for you right there.
The dice will make a weird story if you let it.
For sure. Well, GG's.
Yes,
Thanks for running, D. Thanks for everybody,
Of
Jonas.
course. Thanks for bringing your big imagination.